to see the topologies. Then we are going to implement virtual LAN. Today we are going to see the static routing if possible. Today I'm just going to give you the overview of this simulator. Okay, so this is the UI. As you can see here, is it visible? Right? In the bottom left corner, as you can see, there are various options. Right? So first one is the network device. Right? When you hover it, you will be able to see what is written here. Okay, then end devices, next components, connection, miscellaneous, okay, and so on. So if you will click on this, below that you can see routers, switch, then hubs, then wireless device, okay, security purpose, the devices we are having that, and when emulation, right? So to mostly we are going to use the router and the switch for the implementation. Okay, second option we have the end devices. For the end devices, we have the PC, laptop, server, printer, and so on. You can take any device and you can connect them, right? And the next thing that we are going to require the transmission media. How we are going to connect the end devices. So here you can see the different type of the cables. Okay, so if I hover it here, you can see actually here, right? As you can see, is it visible?
Yes,
Automatically
yes.
choose connection type. Okay, then next is this console, then copper straight through cable, then copper crossover cable, then fiber optics, and so on, right? Channel, serial DC, and so on. So there are various types of the cable which are used to connect different type of the devices. Okay, depending upon the devices we can choose the type of the cable. Okay, generally we are going to choose this one, so it is automatically going to detect which type of the cable we are requiring for connecting the device. Wait a minute. Okay, fine. So let's start. Okay, right. From the second option, that is end device, I'm going to take the PC. Okay, I want to connect two devices and I want to show whether they are connected with each other or not. So for that, I'm just clicking on this end device. Okay, clicking on the PC and I'm just clicking again. Okay, so here you can see the PC is available, right? Suppose I want to take the laptop, second device. Okay, third, for example, I am taking again one PC. Okay, I want to keep all these devices into the single network. You know what is network? Collection of the devices which are connected with each other, right? For example, I'm keeping all these three devices into the same uh, network. Just let me show you only for the two device first. Okay, so if you want to delete any device, you can click on here, right? As you can see here, cross sign, right? So if you will click on this, you will be able to cancel, you will be able to delete. Okay, okay, now suppose I want to connect these two devices. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take the cable. So here, as you can see, connection, I will click on that. Okay, and if I click on this, if I click on the first one, automatically choose cable, right? I will just click on the first device and on the second device, so it will automatically choose the connection type depending on the same device. As you can see, it is uh, shown with the dash line. That means it is a copper crossover wire. Okay, this cable, as you can see, it is in the dash line, which is nothing but this one, copper crossover cable. So these two devices are of the same type, right? So we are going to use the copper crossover cable. Okay, so here you can see this is FA1 fast Ethernet. It is also fast Ethernet zero port. Okay, it is interface. Now suppose I'm just keeping both of the device into the same network. I'm just giving the name. I can choose any um, shape. This is just for the understanding purpose, right? ખાલી મારે તમને બતાવવા માટે મેં તમને just બતાવું છું, right? And I'm just giving the network. For example, I'm taking the class C 192.168.1.0. You know what is the first IP address of any network? First IP address will always represent the entire network, right? As you know, IP addresses are made up of the two things, network ID and the host ID, right? And our આખા network ને represent કરવું હોય, then I will be requiring the network address. And the first IP address will always be the network address. So here in the class C, first 3 bytes represent the network ID and last byte represent the host ID. The first 3 will be network ID and last one is the host ID. Is it visible, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and now I just want to give the name, sorry, I want to assign the IP address to these devices. So it is 192.168.1.0. So compulsory I have to assign 192.168 and 1 as it is. After that you can now give any number or any number as IP address to the device. So I'm taking, for example, it is 1. Okay, 1.1. For the laptop, I'm taking the net. I'm keeping the same network ID 168.1, and I'm just giving the 2. Okay, I just reference માટે છે. Now I am going to assign the IP address. I can see what is the IP address of the device. Actually, we have not assigned the IP address. Now, if you want to assign the IP address to the device, you have to click on the device. Okay, you one dialog box will be open. Okay, you can see various options are there: physical, then configuration, desktop, programming, attributes, and so on. You have to click on the desktop. Okay, once you will click on the desktop, you can see various options are there, various menus are there. First is the configuration. Now you want to assign the IP address to this device. We are going to click on the IP configuration. Okay, if I click on the IP configuration, one dialog box open like this. Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, here you can give the IP address to this uh, device. So what we have written here, 192.168.1.1. So we are going to assign now this IP address 192.168.1.1. Okay, by default it will take the subnet mask. જેવું તમે IP address લખશો, it will take by default subnet mask. જે પણ હશે default subnet mask એ જાતે લઈ લેશે. You do not need to type anything. જે ખાલી તમારા IP address નાખવાનું છે, બાકીનું subnet mask એ જાતે લઈ લેશે. That means here it is .0. That means your network is not divided into subnets. Right? Right? And just you have to cancel. Click on the cancel button. Second device पर click करो, give the IP address. What is the IP address? 1.2. Click on the desktop, go to the IP configuration, same 192.168.1.2. 1.2 because the IP address of this laptop is what? 1.2. Okay, by default it will take the subnet mask. That is it. Clear? આટલું ખબર પડે છે બધાને? I'm just
Yes,
assigning
ma'am.
the IP address to the device. Now let's see whether these two are connected or not. બરાબર, IP પણ અસાઇન કરી દીધા, બે વચ્ચે કનેક્શન પણ કરી દીધું. હવે જસ્ટ ચેક કરીએ કે બંને એકબીજા જોડે કનેક્ટ છે કે નહીં. Okay, so for that, what is the command? Ping. Right, if you want to check whether two devices are reachable or not, we have to apply which command? Ping command. So for that, for example, I'm just clicking on this device. I want to check this first device is connected with the laptop or not. So for that, what I'm going to do, we are going on the desktop menu. Then from this we are going to click on this command prompt. Can you see this fourth option, command prompt?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
click on that. Okay, now just આપણે કોની જોડે ચેક કરવાનું છે? લેપટોપ જોડે કનેક્ટ છે કે નહીં, right? So we are going to type ping and IP address of the second device, that is laptop 1.2, and just enter. So reply is coming. As you can see, reply is coming. That means these two devices are connected. Clear? For example, if I'm typing ping 192.168.2.2, now as you can see, this portion is different from this previous one. That means network is now different. આવું કોઈ device જ નથી આપણી પાસે અત્યારે 2.2 IP address વાળું. Whether it is reachable or not, then reply should not come, right? Okay, so as you can see, the reply is what? Request timeout. That means this device with the IP address 2.2 is not reachable from this 1.1. ખબર પડે છે બધાને? Why it is not reachable? Because it is not in the same network. Getting?
Yes, ma'am.
બધાને ખબર પડી? Okay, so this is the simple one. We are just checking whether two device can be connected or not. Okay, and for that we are just applying or implementing the command ping. Ping is just for checking the connectivity. Okay, to assign the IP address, we have to click on the device, go to the desktop, and go to the IP configuration. Okay, next we are going to see this is in the same network. Now, suppose if I want to connect more than two devices, then what I can do? If I take one more device, for example, PC3, and now if I am trying to connect this one, first one with the second, it will not allow because in the PC we are going to have only one port. Okay, and we are trying to connect to more than one device. That is, it is already connected with the laptop, and now we are trying to connect with the second PC, which is not allowed because in this particular PC we are having only one port, LAN एक port, right? If you want to connect more than one device, then you will be requiring what? Switch. Okay, in the same network, you will be requiring the switch. So for that, I'm just removing. Okay, I'm taking switch. So for that, I'm going to click on the network devices. Second one is the switches. From the switch, you have to take this second one, switch. Okay, I'm taking third PC here. Okay, now we have to remove this connection because now we want to connect more than two devices. So first of all, we have to remove this connection. Sorry. Okay, we have to remove this connection first. Now we have to just connect these three devices. How? By choosing the automatic connection cable. Okay, sorry. Is it visible?
Yes,
Okay, now you can give IP address as 1.3, 192.168.1.3. Okay, now just assign the IP address, click on the device, click on the desktop, go to the IP configuration and just type the IP address 168.1.3. It will take subnet mask as it by default it will be 255 255 255.0 because it is class C. So three times 255 and last will be 0. Host ID માં આવશે 0. Okay, તમારે default gateway લેવાની કોઈ જરૂર નથી because we are not using any router right now. Okay, now just try to check whether this third device is connected with one of these two devices or not. For example, I'm clicking on the laptop. Whether laptop is reachable to third devices or not. Okay, so click on the command prompt, type the ping. What is the IP address of the third device? 168.1.3. Okay, so reply is coming back. We can say these devices are connected with each other. Clear? I am using the switch. ખબર પડી બધાને?
yes, ma'am.
Okay. In this particular switch, we have only 4 ports, so you can connect only 4 devices using this switch. See, if you will click on this switch, you can see here only 4 ports are available. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Is it visible? These 4 ports are available, right? So you can connect at a time 4 devices using the same switch. If you want to connect more device, you have to click on this third option, PT switch NM1 CFE. Just drag. Sorry, the power is on of this switch. You have to just first turn off the power. Okay, if you will click on this, it will just turn on and turn off, turn on and turn off. Okay, then you just add the port. Okay, sorry, it is on. Just drag on, so you will be able to see one more port. Okay, so now you can connect 5 devices. If I want to add one more port, you just drag. Okay, so you can now add 6 devices and so on. Okay, so this is how you can add the devices, or sorry, you can add the port into the switch. Okay, fine. Now let's see news removing. Let's see how we can connect devices which are in the two different networks. રાઈટ અત્યારે આપણે શું જો સેમ નેટવર્કની અંદર હતા એવા નાઉ વી આર ગોઈંગ ટુ કનેક્ટ ધ ડિવાઇસીસ વિચ આર ઇન ધ ડિફરન્ટ network. So let's again take the devices. Okay, I'm taking the PC, second PC. You can take anything. Okay, I'm taking the PC. You can take laptop, anything. Okay, sorry, I'm taking one of the server. Okay, sorry. Now we are keeping all these devices or first three devices into the one network, last three devices into the second network. Now if I want to keep these three devices into the single network, we are going to take this switch. So here we have to click on the switch, take the switch. Okay, here we will be requiring another switch, so I'm just keeping here. Okay, choose the connection, it's automatic. Okay, so these three devices into the same network and these three devices into the same network. Okay, now I want to connect these devices with each other, right, which are in the different network. Just let me uh, give the name. Okay, for example this, sorry, just keeping these three devices into the same one and these three devices into the same one. For example, the network address is 192.168.1.0. Okay, IP address of this entire network is 192.168.1.0, and for this network it is 192.168.2.0. Okay, network part is different. Here it is 2.0, here it is 1.0. So let's give the address 1.1. Okay, I'm just starting with the 2. Why I'm taking 2, that I'll tell you later. 192.168.1.3, 192.168.1.4. Similarly, for the laptop, it is 192.168.2.3, sorry, 2.2. Then here it is 2.3. For the server, for example, it is 2.4. Okay, let's assign the IP address. Click on the device, go to the desktop, and then the IP configuration. Give the IP address 192.168.1.2. Okay, it is by default. It will take the subnet mask. Now it is 1.3. It is 1.3. And for the laptop, it is 1.4. Here it is 2.2. 192.168.2.2. Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. For the laptop, it is 2.3. It is 2.4. Okay, we have assigned the IP address to each and every devices. Now we want to connect these devices with each other. For example, I am just connecting these two switches. That is it. मैं खाली connect करूँ, right? Now let's check whether the ping is arriving or not. Okay, so from the one of the device of the first network, for example PC1, I'm trying to check whether any device is connected. Sorry, from the second network or not. So I will go to the command prompt. I'll type ping and one of the IP address, that is 192.168.2.3. 192.168.2.3, which is from the different network. Okay, whether the ping is arriving or not, let's check. Okay, so here request timeout. That means these devices from the different networks are not connected because ping is not reachable. ખબર પડે છે બધાને? They are not connected. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
ખબર પડે છે why they are not connected with each other? Because they are in the different network, and to connect the devices which are in the different network, we cannot use switch. We require another device which is called the router. The router na main purpose શું છે? To connect the devices which are in the different network. Okay, so from these, first of all, we are going to remove the connection from between the switch, right? We are going to take the network, we are going to the network devices, and from the first one, that is routers, we are going to take this. Here it is written router, right? So we are going to click on that and just take one router. Okay, and just connect these switches with this router. So here on this interface, this is the router is connected with the first one. Here it is connected with the router. Router is connected with the second network. Okay, now we have to assign the IP address to the router. ખબર પડે છે બધાને?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now what happens here? See, this router is connected to two different devices, so two different networks. First one is a 1.0, second one is the 2.0. So we have to assign two IP addresses to this router. એક હશે first network માટે અને second હશે second network ના connection માટે. So for that I'm going to click on this router, right? Here you can see CLI. You can see the third tab which is written here CLI. Okay, now we have to assign the IP address. Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now first of all you have to type no, because would you like to enter the initial configuration dialog? Just type no. Okay, now as you can see here, router. Now we have to first of all enable it. Okay, so for that I'm just typing en. If you will type en, it will enable, it will be in the enable mode. Then we have to enter into the configuration. So you have to write here configuration terminal. So it is CONF and T, configuration terminal. Okay, the command is CONF T. Okay, now we are here in the configuration terminal. Okay, now here, first of all, as we have to assign two IP addresses to this particular router, so what we are going to do, we have to go to the particular interface. Okay, so how to check the interface? See, here this is the interface FA0/0. Okay, for the 192.168.1.0, we have the interface FA0/0. Can you see this one?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, for the second network 2.0, we have the 1/0. Okay, this is, it is 1/0. Here it is 0/0. Okay, so we have to go to the particular interface first. Here it is. Okay, so let's go to the interface. For that, the command is you have to go type int, that is interface. Type the interface name, that is FA0/0. So FA0/0 and enter. So I am on which interface? This one. Okay, on the left hand side. You have to assign the IP address here. IP address, you have to type IP address. Now 192.168.1. So check network address 192.168.1.0 and here .1. એટલે મેં અહીંયા બધા ડિવાઇસનું IP એડ્રેસ પહેલા શું લીધું 2, પછી 3, પછી 4, because 1 મેં શેના માટે યુઝ કરું છું? રાઉટર માટે. Okay, everyone? Clear why I'm using this one?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now we have to type the subnet mask as well. Okay, so as it is a class C, it is 255, 255, 255, and it is not divided into the number of subnet, it is 0. Okay, and just enter. Once you will enter, you have to type one more command, that is no sh, that is no shutdown. By default, routers badha shutdown mode માં હોય. They are already turned off. You have to make it their port on, બરાબર? And that is why we have to type no shutdown. Okay, so it is no sh and enter. So here, as you can see, it is changed to up. Okay, change the state to up. પેલા down હતું એ થઈ ગયું up. Now if you want to see, okay, we have to assign the second IP address as well. Okay, so we have to go to the another interface, that is FA1/0. Again, go to the configuration. Okay, go to the interface, that is FA1/0. Now it is FA1/0. Assign the IP address 192.168. કયું છે અહીંયા 2.0. આપણી પાસે અહીંયા 2.0 છે, તો આપણે શું લખશું? IP address 2.1. mask is 255.255.255.0. IP address assign થઈ ગયું અને no shutdown થઈ ગયું and just end. I'm just coming out of this configuration mode. Okay, now if I want to see whether I have assigned this IP address correctly or not, so for that you can type show, that is sh IP interface in brief. Okay, so here show IP interface in brief. So sh for show IP interface, so it is IP int and br is for the brief. If you just type this and enter, you will be able to see on which interface what is the IP address of the router. So on this fast Ethernet 0/0, જબ 0/0 હતું એના પર આપણે અસાઇન શું કર્યું છે 1.1. on the 1/0 we have assigned 2.1. okay, બાકીના બીજા બધા પોર્ટ છે પણ આપણે એને અત્યારે કર્યા નથી, બરાબર, કોઈ અસાઇન કર્યો નથી IP address. we have assigned 2 IP addresses. clear everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Now let's check whether the ping is arriving or not, because હવે આપણે કનેક્ટ કરી દીધું છે બે નેટવર્કને using the router. Now click on the device, for example second device પર ક્લિક કરું છું, right? And one of the devices from the second network, I'm just going to check whether ping is arriving or not. Okay, just type ping 192.168.2.4. સર્વર માટે મેં ચેક કરું છું. Okay, let's check whether it is. Okay, just let me check second one. Okay, why we are not getting the ping? Okay, I'm getting that. Okay, so if you will see here, any device, બરાબર, first device માં જાઓ, IP configuration માં જાઓ. So લખ્યું છે તમે અહીંયા 1.2 IP address assign કર્યું છે, first device ને mask પણ assign કર્યું છે, but you have not assigned the default gateway, because if any request is going from the one of the network to another network, right, it has to go through the which router? This one. ખબર પડે છે? અગર આ નેટવર્કમાંથી કોઈ મેસેજ જાય છે, પહેલા ક્યાં જવા જોઈએ? ઇન્ટરમીડિયેટ રાઉટર પર, અને એ ઇન્ટરમીડિયેટ રાઉટર રિક્વેસ્ટ તમારી સેન્ડ ક્યાં કરશે? સેકન્ડ નેટવર્કમાં. સો વી હેવ ટુ ટાઈપ હિયર ધી IP એડ્રેસ ઓફ ધી રાઉટર. ઓકે, સો ફોર ધીસ પર્ટિક્યુલર નેટવર્ક, આ નેટવર્કની અંદર જેટલા પણ ડિવાઇસ છે એના ડિફોલ્ટ ગેટવેમાં શું લખવા પડશે? અહીંયા IP એડ્રેસ ઓફ ધી નેટવર્ક, વિચ ઇઝ 192.168.1.1. because on the fast Ethernet 0/0 we have assigned which IP address? 1.1. ખબર પડે છે બધાને?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so assign this to each and every device. So for the network one it will be 1.1. Okay, for the second network we have to add 2.1. it is 2.1, right? It is it is again last one is 2.1. Now let's again check the ping. Now click on the second device or any device, go to the command prompt. Now let's try to check the ping. Ping 192 સર્વર માટે ચેક કરો 2.4. now our ping આવશે. Okay, see, first one is timeout, but after that we are getting the reply. ખબર પડે છે બધાને? if you will again type the same, હવે ફટાફટ તમને રિપ્લાય આવશે. ફર્સ્ટ કેમ ટાઈમ આઉટ થયો? બીકોઝ મેં તમને આગળ કરાવેલું હતું ARP એડ્રેસ રેઝોલ્યુશન પ્રોટોકોલ, જે મેક એડ્રેસ ફાઇન્ડ કરવા માટે થાય છે. તો તમારો ફર્સ્ટ પેકેટ પહેલા એની હાઉ શું થશે, બીજા નેટવર્કમાં જશે ને તો પહેલો પેકેટ તમારો ડિસ્કાર્ડ થશે, લોસ થઈ જશે, બીકોઝ પહેલી વખતે મેક એડ્રેસ ફાઇન્ડ કરવા જશે. જેવું એને મેક એડ્રેસ મળશે, નેક્સ્ટ ટાઈમથી તમને પિંગ આવવાની સ્ટાર્ટ થઈ જશે. સેકન્ડ, તમે ફરીથી સેમ IP એડ્રેસ પર પિંગ ચેક કરશો, તમને બધા જ પેકેટ માટે રિપ્લાય મળશે. ઓકે, એક વખત નેટવર્ક આઈડેન્ટિફાઈ થઈ જશે પછી એને વાંધો નહીં આવશે. Are we getting? So this is how we can connect two networks using the router. So all of you just practice today this connecting devices into the different network. Okay, so you can download this Cisco Packet Tracer from their website, or you can download it from third party as well. Okay, Cisco Packet Tracer packet તમને easily Google પર મળી જશે. Okay, static routing હું તમને next time કરાવીશ. Today just implement or you can say connect two devices which are in the same network using the switch, and if you want to connect devices into two different network, then you have to use the router. Okay, you will be able to get the videos from the YouTube as well for the Cisco Packet Tracer. If you are not getting anything, you can check it over there, or you can Google it. You will be able to get this. Okay, so I'm just ending the lab here. Just practice by your own at your home, and if you are facing any difficulty, you can ask me. Okay, it is lecture read, sorry.